Hello, I'm Laura McHarrie at The Hidden Edge with another tea break tip on how to use business models and tools to help you manage your growing business. Today, we're looking at Hiatt's ADKAR Model of Change. The ADKAR Model was created by Jeff Hiatt, the founder of the change management consultancy Prosci. It is based on the importance of change adoption at the individual level. It is a great model that summarises what needs to be considered at the start of any change project and then throughout its progression to post-project. As we work through this session, we will explore the ADKAR model of change and consider Prosci's 5 levers as a framework for implementation. There are 2 dimensions to the ADKAR change model. The first is the change stages of a project. And you will recognise that you need to identify the scope of a project, prepare for that project, design the project, implement it, and then sustain those changes that have been implemented. And that's the structure of project management. The other dimension are the change stages of employees. These are the people that are going to implement those projects. The focus of ADKAR is on the people. ADKAR is a mnemonic. It stands for awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. Awareness. The first step to any change is generating awareness for change. Individuals must understand what the change is and why it is being made and the risk of not changing. Desire. Next, change practitioners must kindle a desire for change in employees. That is, that they should influence individuals, but ultimately it is the individual who must choose to willingly support that change. Knowledge. Effective change management means acquiring the knowledge to change and the knowledge to perform after the change. Ability translates knowledge into action. In this stage, employees must turn their learning into practical application. Reinforcement must be sustained. Reinforcement is critical and can include recognition and rewards, as well as intrinsic satisfaction. Let's have a look at the 5 levers that Prosci have identified and the tools that could help you with that. The 5 levers of change that Prosci identify are the communication plan, the sponsorship plan, the coaching plan, the training plan, and the resistance management plan. They use the term lever because these plans allow us to put effort into a specific area of direction. And when we're working on those plans and activities, the goal is not to complete them, but to leverage them towards employee adoption and usage. So let's look at those 5 levers in more detail. The communication plan. You need to ensure that the senior team commits and determines how much communication and what sort of communication cascades consistently throughout the organisation. In order to help with that, you might want to consider Burke and Litwin's drivers for change so that you can look at the big picture and how each area within your business interlinks with one another. And of course the pestle analysis, which looks at areas outside of the business that may require you to change your business model. The sponsorship plan. This is about recruiting a member of the senior team to drive, monitor, and evaluate the adoption process. It's really important that they actively and visibly participate in the change. They build the coalition of support from other senior leaders and managers, and they communicate directly with employees about the business reasons and the nature of the change. In order to help frame what the sponsorship plan needs to look like, you might want to use the Power SWOT tool to help you do that. The coaching plan. It is important to develop the line manager's coaching skills to lead attitudinal change. The line managers are the ones that are going to communicate the messages about change and how it directly impacts employees. Their own attitudes to the change will have a direct and immediate effect on how employees react to the change too. They will be the ones that need to identify and manage the resistance to the change. We may want to look at the business model canvas again to identify how the change affects all aspects of the business so that the coaching team are able to communicate the effect that change will have on other parts of the business, but also recognizing the Kubler-Ross change curve that helps managers to recognize the difficulties people will go through during a period of change and being able to then adapt their communication skills to facilitate the change as swiftly as possible. The training plan. It will be important to complete a training needs analysis to develop skills and capability by experts in their field. The change manager's role in training is to identify the skills and capabilities that employees need and to recognise any gaps that exist. Tools to help you with that may be a skills and resource analysis with the 5-phase growth plan to enable you to work through the change process and bring in the skills and resources at the right time for the organisation. And then resistance management. Recognise or consider where pockets of resistance is likely and develop a contingency plan. Resistance to change has been one of the top obstacles for successful change. Whilst it is a natural reaction, there are steps that organisation and managers can take to prevent and mitigate the impact of that resistance. Tools that could help are Gleicher's change formula and Vroom's expectancy theory. The ADKAR model also has its own version. You may want to check the Prosci website for more information. I do like the ADKAR model because it frames quite a number of different change models within its format of those 2 dimensions that we talked about. Have a go. Download the templates from the Hidden Edge website, and whilst you're there, please share your stories of what's worked well for you. So until next tea break time, enjoy the rest of this one.